In 2021, Justin Bieber paid $1.3 million for a JPEG of a monkey. Today, it's worth $59,000. But here's the thing nobody's talking about. The people who sold it to him, they're still rich. The influencers who promoted it, they cashed out at the peak. The exchanges that facilitated it, they made billions in fees. Let me paint you a picture of mass hysteria. In January 2022, the NFT market was worth $40 billion. Today, it's barely holding at $5 billion, and that's being generous. We had A-list celebrities treating JPEGs like Lamborghinis. Jimmy Fallon and Paris Hilton comparing their bored apes on national television. Eminem buying one for $462,000. Snoop Dogg claiming he was building an NFT empire. The pitch was beautiful in its simplicity. Digital ownership on the blockchain. The future of art. You're early to the revolution. Every influencer, every tech bro, every celebrity was screaming the same message. This is your chance to get rich. Here's the reality check. A study from September 2023 found that 95% of NFT collections are now worthless. Not just down, worthless. $0. Trading volume went from $17 billion in January 2022 to less than 60 million recently. That's not a correction. That's an extinction event. But here's where it gets interesting. This wasn't a natural market collapse. This was engineered, and I can prove it. Let me show you exactly how to sell nothing for millions of dollars. You create an NFT. You sell it to yourself using another wallet for $10,000. Suddenly, there's a market price. You sell it to another wallet you control for $50,000. Now there's momentum. This wasn't rare. A report found that 80% of NFT volume on some platforms was wash trading. The creators were buying their own products to fake demand. Remember all those YouTubers suddenly passionate about digital art? They weren't art collectors. They were paid promoters. FaZe Clan members promoted Save the Kids token, a scam. Jake Paul pushed Dink Doink, a scam. The list goes on. These weren't investments. They were advertisements disguised as enthusiasm. Only 10,000 bored apes will ever exist. Sounds rare, right? Except it's digital. You can right-click and save it. The artificial scarcity was psychological, not technical. Every NFT buyer needed to find someone willing to pay more. Not because the JPEG got better, but because the hype machine demanded it. It's the greater fool theory in its purest form. Want proof? Pixelmon raised $70 million promising the next Pokemon. What did buyers get? This. This is what $70 million bought. The founder? He kept the money. So where did $40 billion actually go? Let me break it down. OpenSea, the largest NFT marketplace, made $350 million in fees in January 2022 alone. Just in fees. They took 2.5% of every sale, whether the NFT was worth anything or not. Yuga Labs, creators of Bored Apes, hit a $4 billion valuation. The founders? They've cashed out hundreds of millions. They're set for life. That influencer telling you to hold? They sold at the peak. That celebrity saying, "I'm never selling"? Their wallet says different. Logan Paul promoted CryptoZoo while allegedly stealing $3 million from investors. Remember Beeple's $69 million NFT sale that started this whole craze? The buyer, Meta Kovan, lost almost everything. But Beeple, he immediately converted to US dollars. In traditional finance, this would be securities fraud. People would be in handcuffs. So why is everyone walking free? First, regulatory chaos. The SEC couldn't decide if NFTs were securities, commodities, or something else entirely. By the time they figured it out, the money was gone. Second, jurisdiction nightmare. The scammer is in Dubai, the server is in Singapore, the victim is in Ohio. Good luck prosecuting that. Third, follow the lobbying money. Crypto and NFT companies donated millions to political campaigns. Suddenly, regulation got very relaxed. The infrastructure is still there. The scammers are still active. They're just waiting for memories to fade. $40 billion vanished. 95% of NFTs are worthless. 0 major prosecutions. The people who built this knew exactly what they were doing. They created a casino where they controlled the house, the cards, and the exits. And when it was time to leave, they were the only ones who knew where the doors were. Tell me, what do you think? And did you also lost money on NFTs? Like, share, and subscribe for more.